Hi everyone, Ariana here. Today I want to tell you a bit about my vegan story, why I'm vegan. For a long time actually, deep down I think I knew that eating meat was weird and that's why I didn't want to see it when it wasn't cooked, and I'd only eat it if it were in front of my plate. Somewhere along the line I heard the term vegan and I didn't know what that meant, and then my mom explained to me they don't eat cheese, milk, eggs, meat. And I was like, what do they eat? Nuts? Seeds? Vegetables? Yeah, that's what we eat, and we eat a lot more. I remember in grade 7, one of my best friends, she had a birthday party, and it was kind of like an Iron Chef style party, and I was in the group that was making the entree. So for some reason we had strawberries in the entree, and it was also a chicken-based entree, and my original job was to make the chicken. I had refused to make chicken before, and I refused to make the chicken again because it was too gross, it was too weird, so instead I was hulling the strawberries. Fast forward to summer of 2014, I was a counselor at camp, and I was sitting at the table during staff training week with a few vegetarians, fellow counselors, and they were just talking about going vegan for the summer. I was interested in that, and I had heard a little bit about veganism from a few of my other friends, and one in particular who was vegan at the time and still is. I looked at the beef burger that I had just bitten into and I said, you know what, I'll join you too. So I put that down, picked up a veggie burger. I tried to be vegan at camp. For the most part I was successful, but I hadn't had any information given to me, or I hadn't done research into how to properly fuel your body and get the right nutrients that you need. It's not too difficult to find out, but if you don't know the information, it's unsustainable. And I ended up going into the kitchen one time, into the back, and just gorging myself with chicken nuggets. Didn't feel great after that. Then I came back and I reintroduced a bit of dairy in Greek yogurt and some lean meats. A few months later, so in November of 2014, I decided no more meat, that doesn't make sense. And I ate my last piece of salmon probably in the middle of November. After I finished my Christmas chocolate, like 2 days after Christmas, I just stopped dairy as well. Starting in 2015, I was vegan, and that wasn't a resolution, it just happened to be that timing. Ever since then, I have been vegan, and just as so many people who are vegan say, the only regret they have is that they hadn't gone vegan sooner. I did some research along the way, obviously, and now I know what I need to put in my body, but I know that that's an issue, and I know that a lot of people don't know what to make and where to start because you don't know how to use flavorings, you don't know how to use herbs and spices, and you can learn that. There are so many great recipes, and I can link some of my favorite recipe bloggers down below. You know, it's been 2.5 years and I eat the same thing that most people eat except veganized. So I love my cake, my chocolate cake. I love ice cream. I love all the mock meats. I don't eat them too often, but I really like it. Butter, you know, all that good stuff. I also want to just clarify that I have not always had the healthiest vegan diet, and you know, I said that I like my cake and I like all of my vegan junk food, and that's still true. I still like it, but I'm making healthier choices. So I'm leaning towards a more whole foods, plant-based diet, as well as I really think that raw is an interesting lifestyle that I want to explore more. And I really think that it has benefits to it and it makes sense. I'm really eating fresh from the ground, minimally processed, a lot of raw food options when I can. I still like to indulge, but I'm looking for raw alternatives and raw vegan recipes that I can make and enjoy and not feel like I'm missing out on, you know, those cakes and stuff. So basically for me, it did start out kind of just as a group mentality. You know, I didn't really have much of a reason except that I'd heard about veganism before, and I always thought that eating meat was kind of weird and gross and it didn't feel right to me deep down. After camp, I went home and I educated myself, and I watched a few documentaries and saw a lot of stuff that was surfacing on social media at that time, and there's so much more now. 2.5 years later, you can see on your timelines slaughterhouse videos and you can see what goes on in those videos, and that's something that I didn't want to be a part of. So initially, after I learned about the industry, it was about the animals. See my shirt, all animals deserve love. Then I learned about the health aspects. When you do eat a whole food plant-based diet, you feel incredible. Everything regulates itself. And you can watch all these documentaries, I will link them down below, but you can watch these documentaries. It'll just reiterate that you really can heal your body when you eat the proper foods, when you eat veggies, when you eat fruits, when you eat things that are rich in minerals and antioxidants and all of these super important things. That's just another bonus. And then on top of that, we always like to think that we're being environmentally friendly by turning off the lights or turning off the tap or taking shorter showers. But in reality, the impact of doing that is nowhere near the impact of abstaining from eating animals or not eating animals. So if you actually want to be an environmentalist, you can't eat meat. The animal industry is so polluting, and it really messes with the population, not just the animals, but the human population that lives around these slaughterhouses. It's so disease-ridden from all the diseased animals that are diseased because we need to breed them so quickly, to grow so quickly so we can consume them so quickly. It has a really bad impact on the environment, the animals, our own health, and the health of communities. There are just so many reasons to go vegan, and I couldn't ignore that anymore. And I hope if you're watching this video, you're at least intrigued by veganism and reach out to me. I would love to help you make the transition or even cut out more animal products. I want to help. I'm here to help. As always, if you have any questions that you want to ask me, feel free to comment or message me on Instagram. I'll link my social media links below. And if you like this video, subscribe! I will see you soon!